Alright guys, this is the install video for DPF model turbo back systems. This will also be for people that have the pre-DPFs as well too. Dual cabs, same system. You'll need a range of tools. As you can see here, these are all the tools required to do the job. I would recommend using the silicone sealant on the dump on the front side, sealing to the turbo, and on the first section, sealing to the dump. So I'd just like to stress, guys, that this is for off-road purposes only. If you are deleting the DPF, this is obviously for no on-road use. So you'll start by fitting the dump. Now we clock the dump all the way clockwise to the right. You'll notice that there's a little bit of movement left to right with the dump. That is there for a reason. It does dial your system in, but we find the best way is to clock it all the way clockwise. There is also an EGT bung, so if you do have a pyro gauge, that is your slot right there. We've made it to 1/8 MPT, which most of your EGT probes are going to be. Now we use a 3/8 universal with a socket built into the universal. We find this works best. This is a Snap-on brand, but you'll find most Milwaukee King Chrome, SP tools, they'll all have this same universal with the socket built into it. So you'll see throughout this whole video, we do use a rattle gun to do it up first, but we will go over there at the end and do it up in sections. But you want to make sure these 3 bolts are very firm. Now guys, when you are fitting the system up, I would like to say as well too, just check your rubbers out. If they are skew, then grab some new ones, because it definitely has an effect on the adjustability of the system at the end of it. Just making sure that all the flange points line up can be quite tricky if you've got rubbers that have had their best day. For the rest of the system, you're going to see that we only loosely fit it because the most important part of the later part of this video is making sure that your tail is straight and lined up from the back of the car. It'll probably require a mate to give you a bit of a hand to do this bit. As you're tightening it up and putting sections in, he can be holding it the tip exactly where it needs to be, and then you're tightening the flange point up from that point, rather than trying to do the whole system from underneath the car and tighten it up to only undo it. I would recommend, start with the tail. That's why you see us here, leaving everything loose. like I said before, guys, this is your mate giving you a hand here, making sure your system is straight. You'll do your muffler and tail flange up first, and then work your way back to the front section. And after you've got it all snug up, you'll go over it by hand, make sure everything's super tight, tighten down your mount points. I do recommend giving it a good hit at the end just to make sure that it isn't touching anything and that there's no vibration that you're going to get. If you do get a vibration, guys, you just got to move it a bit on the flange, outwards or in. So you'll notice that the sensors are numbered 1, 2, and 3. Obviously the front of the system being 1 through to the 3 at the back, and where the O2 sensor is. You will require a remap of the ECU to get rid of your regeneration cycle if you are using this in off-road purposes, as you can see here. And that's it, guys. That's the install video for your DPF and pre-DPF dual cab single system. Make sure to watch this one through, guys, before you actually start the job, and it'll be a lot easier.